They first met where people rarely looked twice at one another. The bus stop sat between a closed cinema and a flickering streetlight, a place where time felt paused. Mira stood there every evening at 7:10, clutching her phone, pretending not to notice the same man who always arrived at 7:08. Evan never spoke. He just nodded. For weeks, they shared the same silence. Rain soaked their shoes together. Wind tugged at their coats. One night, the bus broke down. Groans rippled through the waiting crowd. But Evan laughed. It was soft, surprised, like he hadn't planned to let it escape. "Guess we're stuck," he said. That was all it took. They walked instead, along streets that glowed with late-night diners and tired neon signs. Words came easily, as if they'd been saving them. Mira learned Evan fixed old watches for a living, repairing time for strangers while never talking about his own. Evan learned Mira wrote letters she never sent, stories folded into drawers. They began missing the bus on purpose. Love crept in quietly. It showed up in shared coffee and inside jokes. In the way Evan always waited for Mira to cross the street first. It felt safe, almost permanent. Until one evening, Evan didn't come. No 7:08 arrival, no nod, no explanation. Days passed, then weeks. Mira returned to the bus stop alone, heart heavy with words she'd never said. One night, she found an envelope taped beneath the flickering light. Her name was written in his careful handwriting. Inside was a letter. Evan explained he had been ill for years, living between hospital rooms and borrowed time. He'd avoided love because endings terrified him. But Mira had slipped past his defenses, and he'd fallen hard. "I didn't want you to watch me disappear," he wrote. "So I left before I could." Mira cried there on the empty pavement, clutching the truth too late to argue with it. Months later, on a quiet afternoon, she opened a small bookstore. In the window sat a restored antique watch, ticking steadily. Beneath it, a note in familiar handwriting read, "Time is strange, love is braver." Mira smiled through tears. Some love stories don't end. They simply learn how to wait.